The umbrella slips from behind the shoe rack and hits the floor with a dull, hollow sound. He freezes. That sound isn't right. Umbrellas don't sound like that. He bends, lifts it, shakes it once. Something shifts inside the lining, scraping lightly, like paper against metal. He frowns, fingers pressing along the fabric, until he finds a loose seam near the edge. He tugs. The stitching gives way easily, like it's been opened before. A folded piece of paper slides out and lands near his foot. He doesn't pick it up immediately. He looks toward the living room first, toward the muted voices and the sound of the television. No one is paying attention. Renovation day has everyone distracted. Boxes, dust, arguments about where things should go. He picks up the paper. It's old, thin, folded into a tight square, edges worn soft. He unfolds it slowly, carefully, as if it might fall apart in his hands. A receipt. He exhales through his nose, almost amused. That's it? All that weight for trash? Then he reads the header. A private clinic. Not a big hospital. Not a pharmacy. The kind of place people choose when they don't want records floating around. His thumb rubs a date. 10 years ago. That already feels wrong. He scans the rest, expecting some explanation, something small and forgettable. Instead, his eyes stop on a name that tightens his chest instantly. His mother's maiden name. Not her married name. Not her current one. The name she stopped using a decade ago. The name no one says anymore, like it belongs to a different life. Below it, a single line item. Extended stay. No diagnosis. No reason. Just payment. His stomach dips. He folds a receipt once, then unfolds again as if it might change. It doesn't. The date still doesn't line up with anything he remembers. No illness. No trip. No emergency. No story that ever came up at family gatherings. He tells himself not to jump to conclusions. Old houses hide old things. Papers travel. Someone could have stuffed it there by mistake. Still, he doesn't throw it away. He slips the receipt into his pocket and sets the umbrella aside, leaning it against the wall instead of putting it back behind the rack. That feels important, though he doesn't know why yet. Later, when he walks into the kitchen, his aunt is there, wiping her hands on a towel. Whose umbrella is that? He asks casually, like it just crossed his mind. She barely looks up. That old thing? No idea. It's been there forever. Did it belong to anyone? She shrugs too fast. Probably a neighbor. Mrs. Adebayo, maybe. She died years ago. He nods, but something about the answer sticks wrong. Mrs. Adebayo lived 2 houses down. She never came inside. She never left things behind. That night, he sits on his bed with the receipt unfolded again, reading it line by line like it might explain itself if he looks hard enough. It doesn't. The next morning, he waits until his mother is alone, folding laundry in the living room. He keeps his voice light. Do you remember that umbrella by the door? She pauses for half a second too long. Which one? The old black one. Bent handle. She folds a shirt carefully. Too carefully. I don't know. It's just been there. He pulls the receipt from his pocket and places it on the table between them. This was inside it. Her eyes flick down. Up again. I've never seen that before, she says immediately. She doesn't reach for it. Doesn't ask to read it. Doesn't ask why it's in her maiden name. The silence stretches. The washing machine hums. Outside, someone laughs in the distance. Oh, he says quietly. Okay. He takes the receipt back, heart beating faster than he wants it to. He walks away before she can say anything else. That's when it clicks. If it were meaningless, she would have asked questions. Over the next few days, the house feels different. Not hostile, just alert. Conversations stop when he walks into a room. Laughter feels delayed. His mother watches him when she thinks he isn't looking. He starts noticing other things. An old photo album in the storage box has a gap where a picture used to be. You can tell by the lighter rectangle on the page. At dinner, someone mentions a family trip from years ago, and the details don't match. Rain is mentioned. He remembers sun. There was a storm that day, his uncle insists. He checks the weather records later that night. No rain. He tells himself he's overthinking. That once you start looking for patterns, you'll find them anywhere. Still, the umbrella keeps showing up in his mind. He flips through his phone and finds an old photo from a road trip. There it is in the background, barely noticeable, leaning against the car. He zooms in. Another photo. Different year. Different location. Same umbrella. A week later, he asks his older cousin directly, "Do you remember someone staying with us for a while? Years ago." She frowns. "What do you mean?" "Someone sick, or visiting, or something." She laughs awkwardly. "No. Why would you ask that?" "No reason." That night, he lies awake, staring at the ceiling. If you're still watching the story right now, pause for a second and ask yourself, what would you do? Would you keep digging, or would you let it go? Let me know in the comments. And if you're enjoying how this story is unfolding, hit like so YouTube knows to show it to more people. The next morning, he finds the umbrella moved. It's back behind the shoe rack, exactly where it used to be. He stops in the doorway and stares at the umbrella. It's tucked behind the shoe rack like nothing ever happened. Handle turned inward, fabric folded neatly. Someone takes the time to put it back exactly the way it has always been. He doesn't call out. He doesn't ask from the hallway who moved it, because he already knows what the answer will sound like. "I didn't." A chorus of shrugs. A quick change of topic. Instead, he walks over, grips the bent handle, and pulls it out again, slowly, deliberately, like he's testing whether the house will react. His mother's voice comes from the kitchen without her looking up. "Leave that thing. It's dirty." He forces a calm tone. "You moved it." She pauses. The kettle hisses. "No," she says. "Maybe your aunt did. We're cleaning." He leans the umbrella against the wall, where it's visible. Why does everyone keep touching it if it doesn't belong to anyone? His mother turns, eyes flat, hands still. "Why are you making a problem out of an umbrella?" He swallows. "Because it had your name inside it." Her lips part like she wants to respond, but nothing comes out. Then she looks away first. That's the moment he feels it. The shift. Not anger. Not guilt. Something like warning. Later, his aunt corners him in the corridor, voice low. "What are you doing?" He blinks. "What?" She folds her arms tightly. "Don't start digging into old things. You'll only upset your mother." He studies her. "So, there's something." She scoffs, but it's thin. "There's always something in families." "Leave it." He steps closer. "Auntie, whose umbrella is it?" She holds his gaze for one heartbeat too long. Then she shakes her head. "You're stubborn like your father." "My father's dead." "I know," she says quickly, then softens like she regrets it. "I'm just saying you have that same way of pushing." He watches her walk away and realizes she never answered question. That night, he takes the receipt to his cousin, the one who acts like the family's unofficial historian, the one who remembers birthdays, school fees, every funeral, every relocation. He finds her outside on the veranda, scrolling on her phone. He sits beside her without asking. "I need you to look at something," he says. She sighs, annoyed, but then he shows her the receipt. The annoyance drains out her face slowly. "What is that?" she asks. "You tell me." She reads the header, the date, the name. She looks up sharply. "Where did you get this?" "It was inside that umbrella." Her eyes flick away. "Why are you showing me this?" "Because your face just changed," he says. "You know something." She laughs once, forced. "I don't know anything." He doesn't move. "Read the date." She reads it again and swallows. "That's a long time ago." "Exactly." She shifts, restless. "Maybe Mom went there for something small." He leans in. "Then why doesn't she want to touch the receipt?" His cousin's voice drops. "You asked her?" "Yes." "What did she say?" "That she's never seen it." His cousin stares into the darkness beyond the yard, like she's trying to locate a memory in the air. He presses. "Do you remember any period where Mom disappeared? Even for a week?" She shakes her head too quickly. "No." "You're lying," he says softly. Her eyes flash. I'm not lying. You're scared. She stands suddenly. Stop this. He stands too, heart pounding. Why is everyone acting like I'm holding a weapon? She points at the receipt. Because that's not just paper. You don't understand what you're dragging up. His voice hardens. Then explain it. She opens her mouth, closes it, then blurts, Ask Uncle Tund. He freezes. Uncle Tund. She looks like she wants to take it back. Just ask him. He'll talk. He always talks. He doesn't sleep. In the morning, he finds his uncle in the sitting room watching a news channel, remote in hand, expression neutral. The kind of man who responds to serious things with jokes until you stop asking. He sits opposite him and puts the receipt on the table. His uncle glances down once, like it's an ordinary bill. Then his hand tightens on the remote. What is this? His uncle asks, too calm. You tell me, he says. His uncle leans forward, reads the name, the date, the line item. His jaw clenches. He pushes it back across the table, like it burns. You found that inside that umbrella, his uncle says. It isn't a question. He feels cold spread up his arms. So you knew. His uncle exhales slowly. You shouldn't have opened that. So it's real, he says. Whatever it is, it's real. His uncle's eyes flick toward the hallway, like he's checking who might be listening. Then he lowers his voice. You want to destroy your mother? His throat tightens. I want the truth. His uncle shakes his head. The truth is not a gift. Sometimes it's a punishment. He leans forward, voice rising. Stop speaking in riddles. Who is this umbrella from? Why is my mother's maiden name on a clinic receipt? Who stayed there? Why does everyone act like the umbrella is a grenade? His uncle's face changes. Annoyance turns into something harder, something protective. You don't know when to leave things alone, his uncle says. Because everyone keeps moving the umbrella like it's alive. He snaps. Somebody put it back behind the rack after I took it out. Who did that? His uncle's mouth presses into a line. Your mother. He sits back, stunned. She said she didn't. His uncle nods once, like he's admitting a defeat. She lied. The room goes quiet. The TV keeps talking, but it sounds far away. He hears himself ask, smaller now, why? His uncle looks at him for a long moment. Because she's terrified you'll become obsessed. He laughs bitterly. Too late. His uncle rubs his forehead. Listen, that year your mother wasn't okay. He leans in. What happened? His uncle's voice drops even further. There was a time she left this house for a while. She told people she was visiting her aunt in Abaddon. He frowns. I don't remember that. You were younger, his uncle says. They made sure you didn't remember. His heart starts beating too fast. They? His uncle's eyes flash with regret. All of us. We agreed. He stares, struggling to keep his voice steady. Agreed on what? His uncle's lips part, then close. He stands abruptly and paces 2 steps, like sitting is too heavy. You're asking for a storm, his uncle says. He rises too, then let it rain. His uncle stops pacing. If I tell you, you'll look at your mother differently. I'm already looking at her differently, he says. His uncle's shoulders sag a little. You think your family is hiding a secret because they're evil. They're not. They're just afraid. Afraid of what? His uncle stares at the receipt again. His voice turns rough. Afraid of shame. Afraid of losing everything. Afraid of what people will say. Afraid of what you will say. He steps closer, almost pleading now. Uncle, tell me. 1 sentence. Just one. His uncle opens his mouth. Then the hallway creaks. Both of them turn. His mother stands there, hands at her sides, face pale, eyes glossy but controlled. What are you doing? She asks softly. He feels the air leave his lungs. I'm asking questions. She looks at her brother. Uncle Tund, then back at him. About what? He holds up the receipt. About this. Her eyes flick to it and away again. Throw it away. He shakes his head. No. Her voice tightens. I said throw it away. He steps forward, emotion rising. Why won't you even read it? Why won't you touch it? Why you keep moving the umbrella like it's a living thing? Her face trembles once. Then she whispers, almost like she's begging him, please. He swallows hard. Please what? Please stop, she says, voice breaking just enough to hurt. You don't know what you're asking for. He feels his own eyes sting, anger mixing with something he hates, pity. I'm asking for my own family, he says. I'm asking why everybody is acting like my life has a missing page. His mother squeezes her eyes shut for a moment. When she opens them, she looks older. We will talk, she says. Not here, not now. He nods slowly, because he knows if he pushes harder in this moment, she might shatter. But he also knows one thing now. This isn't a dead mystery. It's alive in her chest, and it's getting harder for her to hold. If you're still watching and you can feel the tension building, hit the like button. Seriously, it helps more than you think. And comment umbrella if you want the full truth revealed, because in the next part, the family can't keep this hidden anymore. His mother turns and walks away, but her shoulders shake slightly, like she's carrying something too heavy to keep pretending. He looks at Uncle Tund. Uncle Tund looks back and says, barely moving his lips, tonight. And suddenly the umbrella behind the shoe rack doesn't feel like an object. It feels like a countdown. Night falls heavier than usual. Dinner is quieter than it has ever been. Plates clink softly. Someone clears their throat too often. The umbrella stays where it is, visible from the doorway, no longer hidden, no longer ignored. He keeps looking at it. His mother barely eats. When she does, it's mechanical, like she's performing a routine she's practiced for years. Uncle Tund avoids eye contact entirely. His aunt speaks too much, filling silences with comments that don't land. After dinner, his mother finally speaks. Come, she says. You and me. She doesn't wait for an answer. They go into her room. She closes the door gently, like she's afraid the sound might carry. She sits on the edge of the bed. He remains standing. For a long moment, neither of them speaks. Then she exhales. Deep, shaky. You were never meant to find that, she says. He nods. I know. She looks up at him, eyes already wet. I tried to keep it small. I tried to make it disappear. You kept an umbrella for 10 years, he says quietly. That's not small. A sad smile flickers across her face. I forgot it was there. No, he says. You didn't. You moved it. Her shoulders slump. I thought if I put it back where it always was, you'd doubt yourself. That hurts more than he expects. So it's true, he says. There's something you never told me. She presses her palms together, fingers trembling. There is... He waits. He doesn't interrupt. He can feel that if he does, she might shut down completely. Her voice comes out thin. 10 years ago, I left this house for 3 weeks. His chest tightens. You told everyone you were visiting Annie. She nods slowly. That was a lie. What really happened? She closes her eyes. When she opens them, the tears finally fall. I was pregnant. The word lands between them like glass. He doesn't speak. He can't. She rushes on, like she's afraid silence will stop her. It wasn't planned. It wasn't something I could explain. And it wasn't safe. Safe how? He asks, barely audible. Your father was already sick, she says. Money was tight. People were watching us. One mistake, and everything would have collapsed. He swallows hard. So you hid it? Yes. And the child? Her hands twist together. Born healthy. His heart hammers. Where's the child? She looks away. With family. Far away. You gave them away, he says, stunned. Her head snaps back. No, I didn't give them away. I protected everyone. That includes me, he asks. She looks at him then, really looks at him. Especially you. His voice shakes. I grew up thinking I was an only child. You were not ready, she whispers. You were just a child yourself. He steps back, running a hand through his hair. So everyone knew. Yes. And no one told me. Yes. And the umbrella? She lets out a broken laugh. It belonged to the woman who helped me. She took me to the clinic. She stood outside when I couldn't breathe. She kept that umbrella in her car. When everything was over, she left it here by mistake. Why didn't you throw it away? She shakes her head. I tried. I couldn't. It felt like erasing something that already hurt too much. The room feels smaller. His thoughts spiral. There's a sibling out there, he says slowly. Someone who knows I exist or doesn't. She nods. They know you exist. That stops him cold. What? They ask about you sometimes, she admits. I never answer directly. His voice cracks. You've been in contact? Once or twice a year, she says. From a distance. Anger rises now, sharp and hot. You watch me grow up. You watch birthdays. You watch me complain about being lonely. And you said nothing. Tears stream freely now. Every day I told myself I would tell you. And every day I was afraid I would lose you. You already lost something, he says. We all did. She nods, defeated. I know. There's a knock at the door. Uncle Tun's voice. Can I come in? She hesitates, then says, yes. He enters slowly, eyes full of regret. I'm sorry, he says to him directly. We thought we were doing the right thing. You decided for me, he replies. Yes, his uncle admits. That was wrong. Silence stretches again. After a moment, his mother asks softly, do you hate me? The question breaks him. No, he says, but I don't know how to unknow this. She reaches for his hand. He lets her. This isn't the end, she says. It's just the truth arriving late. He looks at the door. I need air. He steps outside. The night is cool, quiet. He leans against the wall and breathes deeply, trying to steady himself. There's another life out there, another version of his family that existed without him. If this story is hitting you emotionally right now, pause and comment where you're watching from. Stories like this remind us we're not alone, and subscribing helps this channel keep telling real, human stories like this one. He stays outside for a long time. When he finally comes back in, the house feels different. Not lighter, just honest. The umbrella still leans against the wall. He walks over to it, runs his fingers over the worn fabric. This thing ruined everything, he says quietly. No, his mother says from behind him. It told the truth. He turns to her. What happens now? She hesitates. That depends on you. He nods slowly. Because the truth has arrived, but the consequences are still coming. And tomorrow, he's going to ask the one question no one is ready for. Can I meet them? The room goes completely silent. No one answers him at first. The question hangs in the air like it's too heavy to land. Can I meet them? His mother sits back down slowly, as if her legs have given up. Uncle Tun rubs his face with both hands. His aunt presses her lips together, already shaking her head before anyone speaks. It's not that simple, his mother says at last. He keeps his voice steady. I didn't ask if it was simple. Silence again. They have a life, his mother continues. Friends. School. People who know them in a certain way. And I don't, he asks. You gave me a life too, just without them. She looks at him like he's struck something fragile. I was trying to save you from confusion. He exhales sharply. You gave me confusion anyway. You just delayed it. Uncle Tun clears his throat. If you meet them, questions will come. They already have, he says. I'm just the only one answering mine. His mother's voice drops. What if they reject you? The question surprises him. What if they're angry, she adds. What if they don't want anything to do with us? He thinks for a moment. Then that's their right. But at least it will be their choice. Not yours. That hits her harder than anger ever could. She looks down at her hands. They're doing well, she says softly. Better than we expected. Do they know the full truth? He asks. She shakes her head. Not everything. He nods. Then we're all lying to someone. Another long pause. Finally, she whispers, Give me time. He shakes his head gently. You've had 10 years. Her shoulders sag. A few days, she pleads. Let me prepare them. He considers it, then nods once. A few days. That night, he doesn't sleep. He keeps imagining a face he's never seen. A laugh that might sound like his. A stranger who shares his blood but not his memories. In the morning, he notices the umbrella is gone. Not behind the shoe rack. Not by the wall. Where's the umbrella? He asks at breakfast. His aunt stiffens. Uncle Tund avoids his eyes. His mother answers quietly, I threw it away. His chest tightens. Why? She meets his gaze. Because I don't want the truth to be an accident anymore. He nods, accepting that. Did you tell them about me? She hesitates. I told them you exist. His heart races. And they ask questions. She says, I didn't answer all of them. That afternoon, his phone buzzes with an unfamiliar number. His stomach flips. Hello, he answers. A pause. Breathing on the other end. Hi. A voice says, Young. Nervous. I think you're my brother. The world tilts. He grips the phone tighter. Yeah, he says, voice shaking. I think I am. Another pause. Then a quiet laugh. This is weird. He laughs too, despite everything. Yeah, it is. They talk for 20 minutes. About nothing important. About music. About school. About how strange it feels to hear someone who sounds familiar without knowing why. No accusations. No anger. Just curiosity. When the call ends, he sits in silence, tears slipping down his face without resistance. His mother watches him from across the room. They sound okay, she says cautiously. They are, he replies, then adds, so am I? I think. That evening they talk again. Longer this time. Stories overlap. Details align. Pieces click into place. A missing part of his life doesn't suddenly make him whole, but it makes him honest. Days later, they meet. No dramatic reunion. No running into arms. Just two people standing awkwardly in a quiet place, studying each other's faces. I didn't know what to expect, the sibling says. Me neither, he admits. They sit. They talk. They share fragments. When it's over, he walks home slowly. The house feels different now. Not broken. Just rearranged. At the doorway, his mother stops him. I'm sorry, she says again. He nods. I know. Do you forgive me? He thinks about it. I don't know yet, but I'm willing to try. She exhales, relief and pain mixing together. Later that night, as he takes out the trash, he notices something near the bin. The umbrella. Bent handle. Familiar fabric. He picks it up and smiles sadly. She couldn't throw it away after all. He brings it back inside, leans it by the door, not hidden, not central. Just there, where it belongs. If you've stayed with this story until now, thank you. Stories like this carry weight because they reflect real lives, real families, and real choices. If this story moved you, hit the like button. It helps more people find it. Subscribe if you want more honest, emotional stories like this, and comment below. Do you think the family did the right thing, or should the truth always come first? He looks at the umbrella one last time before turning off the light. It didn't destroy his family. It revealed it. And sometimes that's the hardest kind of love to carry.